The last point I want to cover in this series is the concept of competitive advantage. There could be something about your business, some strength that allows your business to succeed where others do not, or allows it to compete in some way that others cannot. And this competitive advantage ups the likelihood of you translating value to the end customer in a sufficient amount and type that, transmit value to the customer that in return you receive the desired amount and type of value back. All right, grabbing enough market share, having a high enough volume, etc. Okay, so what are some of the types of competitive advantage? Well, generally, it's the purest form of competitive advantage is considered when you have no competitors who can compete with you. That's generally only the case when you have a government-granted monopoly, and what I'm referring to is intellectual property rights. You've created some novel design or function or utility process that the government allows you to do without competition, to exclude others from copying that design or process. Now that is in essence a government-granted monopoly that you can compete in this way where others can't. That is the purest form of advantage, but there are other forms of advantage operationally that allows you to do things in a way that others can't, to achieve your differentiation or achieve your low cost or to maintain in a niche market. That could be first mover advantage. You've established your name, your brand first. That level of recognition, the confidence or the loyalty that customers have towards your company or brand that you've established gives you an advantage over others that try to compete in that same space, that try to steal away some percentage of the market that you address. Okay, business size and capitalization is a huge advantage. While it may not be a long-term or sustainable competitive advantage, especially as competitors combine, grow, and also acquire resources and operational capabilities, but temporarily it can be a huge advantage that your economies of scale can push down cost or prices, that you have the money to invest in new infrastructure or resources to produce your value more efficiently or effectively than other competitors. Again, your location could be a temporary competitive advantage, that you can reach customers or end users more effectively than the other competitors or substitute products in the market, that something about that market is unique. This is particularly true with your focus strategy or focus orientation, where you're serving a specific group and they are geographically located and you have some level of advantage because you as well are located more effectively or efficiently to serve that market. Distribution advantages. Maybe you have infrastructure in place or you have strategic relationships that allow you to more efficiently carry out your operations or your logistics or your delivery of the product or service. You have these inroads already established, and that's a temporary competitive advantage because it's difficult for your competitors to copy that in some way. Maybe your internal management of personnel. Maybe you have some true talent internally that is not present in other places. This is particularly important in firms that have a strong technology or science base. Individual researchers or individual programmers can make all the difference in the world in what they can create or their innovation with regard to new value propositions for the customer. So again, that could be a significant advantage. And in any business, perhaps you have a visionary, somebody who is able to recognize value propositions and able to motivate other individuals to assemble the resources in a way that others just have not demonstrated the ability to do. In this case, I'm thinking of the Steve Jobs of the world. That can be a significant advantage. Perhaps you have a legal advantage. Again, the licensing requirements or zoning restrictions or something of that nature that gives you a competitive advantage over others. A CPA is going to have an advantage because that firm can practice financial service or accounting services that a non-licensed individual cannot. The same way with legal practice, the same way with medicine, etc. So again, legal barriers can exist that will give some temporary or long-term advantage to a given group versus others. And then again, industry relationships. Are there any joint venture opportunities, partnerships, or just strategic relationships with other companies, businesses, individuals that would give you some level of competitive advantage, whether temporary or long-term? Okay, so just consider these because these should be your objectives. You should focus on these to see, especially with new companies that are entering the market, obtaining some level of early competitive advantage could be key to achieving the level of growth desired or necessary to make the business sustainable.